Ooh, God. Hello. Second time, lucky boys. Funny little add-on story. I've already filmed this video once, but you know, my camera just decided to not love me that day. I was out of focus for half of it, so here we are again. This story is too good to have half of it out of focus. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am telling a story that I never actually thought I would tell. I am not proud of myself, and hopefully you can learn from my mistakes. I've made a resolution to stop burping, so oh god, that was hard. That was really hard. I'm just gonna get straight on into the story because you guys don't care about an intro. I'm pretty sure you just all want to know what happened. Okay, so to set the scene, it was the day before Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve the 25th, the 24th. How do I not know this? Alexa, what day is Christmas Eve? Okay, it was the 23rd of December. Will had come over and we were just starting to see each other at this point, and he lives pretty far away. He lives all the way in... I'm actually not going to reveal where he lives. That was a very stupid thing to do. He lives basically about an hour's drive away from me, and he'd driven over and he'd just been on holiday with his friends. He'd been skiing and he came over to come and see me. I've literally said that like 20 times, no one cares. He came over, 21, and he was staying that night. Now, we weren't officially together at this point, so he used to sleep downstairs and I would sleep upstairs whenever he stayed over, but it just kind of was convenience because it meant, oh, I've got a really itchy ear. Does anyone else's ear make like ear farts? Like that? I don't know if you can hear that, but I literally have like ear queefs. Will was staying the night and we stayed up till 6 a.m, maybe just after 6 a.m, and we were just chatting and we were laughing, and it was just a really nice night. We were just kind of getting to know each other, I guess. I literally am repeating myself so many times, like Tana Mojo, who I'm really not coming for your career, honey. So long story short, we stayed up till 6 a.m, and then I went up to bed at 6 a.m, and I probably got like 2 hours sleep upstairs till 8 a.m. and then came back downstairs to see him. All in all, it was just a really nice, fun night. We always talk about that night because we just told so many stories and learned so much about each other. It was just really cute. The morning rolls around and then he starts to head home at maybe like 10 o'clock, and it's Christmas Eve by this point. So when he leaves, I'm doing stuff around the house, tidying my bedroom, getting the house nice. I don't know, just kind of helping my mum out around the house because my dad was at work, and obviously you want the house to be all nice and clean if family are coming over and stuff at Christmas. So I was just super busy, and I also needed... That was so rude. That car just interrupted me.
Don't be fucking rude. Are you kidding me?
I was also really busy getting myself ready because usually every single year we have like a big party at our house, but now that my parents have their own business, they have a gallery in Stratford-upon-Avon, just to plug them. So because my parents had their own business, they needed to work on Christmas Eve, so there was just no way that we would have been able to get the house ready and organise and plan and get all the drinks in and all the food and stuff for a Christmas Eve party. So another person in the village, we're gonna call her Izzy because I'm looking at a photo of Izzy on my wall. So another photo, excuse me. Another woman in the village called Izzy, who is so lovely, and I will forever feel like the worst person in the world because of what I did to her house. Izzy stood up and she held the Christmas Eve party. Now this Christmas Eve party, everyone's invited kind of in the village because it's a really small village where I live and everyone knows each other. And I've known these parents and people since I was 2 years old, since I moved here. So a really long time. It's just really nice because it's such a tight community and everyone's friends. I was tidying the house and then I was getting ready, which is a pretty lengthy process if I'm going all out. I feel like my hair looks really weird. Probably because it does, because I just got out of the bath. It took about 3 hours. I had a bath, I was doing my makeup, and I don't know about you, it's different for every family, but last year my mum was like, Flossie, you can have a drink. And that, you know, okay, this is really distracting me. Why does my hair look like this? And that's not a big deal. I know people who drink from the age of like 14. They're allowed to drink at 14. But I wasn't really fussed about it like in those previous years. But I was like, no, do you know what? Yeah, that would be nice. I'm mature. I'm sensible. I'm an adult. So I had my favourite drink of cranberry juice and vodka, and I'm not promoting underage drinking, just don't even try and come for me on that. Like, No. So I'm all ready, I've done my hair, I've done my makeup, I did like a really cool kind of like half green glittery cut crease, it was pretty lit. My dad was down at our local pub watching an American football game because he's super into American football, and he kind of does these nights down at the pub in my village where they put American football on the TV and people come down and watch it, and so a few people were down there. So we went down there and my mum, my sister, they had a drink, but obviously I'm not 18 yet, I was 16 at this point, so I couldn't drink in a bar or a pub, but I was okay because I had my cranberry juice and vodka in a water bottle in my bag because I'm classy like that, and I drink alcohol out of an Itsu water bottle. I feel like I'm making this story really boring, but trust me, it's gonna get better. So then after we've gone to the pub for a bit, we turn up to Izzy's house, and one of my best friends, we're gonna call her Scarlett because my friend Izzy has a younger sister called Scarlett. So Scarlett's there and she's on the booze too, kind of. So I was like, oh, I've got a drink if you want some. So I gave her some and we were both drinking it, and we were talking to all our other friends there and everything. It was really nice. My sister was there and everyone was just in a really good mood because obviously it's Christmas Eve and whatever. But then I just said her name. Scarlett and I locked ourselves in their bathroom just because we kind of wanted to talk. She was like asking me about Will, like what was going down, and I was just kind of explaining it all to her, and we just kind of had this bottle of drink and we were just passing it back and forth between each other. It wasn't like we were sat there like you know what I mean? We were just casually drinking it. But usually if I'm drinking I can actually tolerate quite a lot. I think I'm not like a massive lightweight, so I kind of know my limits. Well, I definitely know my limits now. I remember thinking, oh god, like I feel a bit tipsy, like that was quick. Literally in like 5 or 10 minutes I felt tipsy, and that's pretty quick for like alcohol to hit you. So I did, I kind of stopped drinking. I stayed at a constant pretty much, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna have a bit more. So I did have a bit more, but I think I had a bit too much more because it all just kind of went downhill from there. So I don't remember a lot, to be honest, but I do remember thinking, holy shit, I feel really, really drunk for the amount that I have drank. It was at this point I also sat there and thought, I haven't eaten one mouthful of food in 24 hours. Over 24 hours. I've been so busy throughout the day, helping my mum out around the house, doing my bedroom, getting ready. I've been up all night with Will, like he'd been over in the morning. I had not eaten anything. I don't even think I'd eaten. I hadn't eaten dinner the night before that either, so I literally, like, I'm not exaggerating. I'm not like trying to glamorize it because it really wasn't very glamorous. I hadn't eaten anything for over 24 hours, so this alcohol was just hitting me like a ton of bricks. My poor liver is probably rotten from that one night. So anyway, I was like, I haven't eaten anything all day. That is not a good combination. Now, if you didn't know and you're of younger age, you're supposed to eat something before you drink because you need some sort of food to absorb the alcohol to stop you getting drunk after literally like looking at a shot of vodka. Yeah, kind of a problem. So anyway, I'm rolling around the floor with a bag of cheese balls in my hand, like muttering absolute nonsense and just laughing my head off at nothing. So anyway, then I went and sat in the bathroom again, and my other friend comes in who I've been friends with since I was like so young. We're gonna call her Kim because I'm looking at a photo of Kim Kardashian on my wall. I was very bevved and very in my feelings. I remember like grabbing her hands. I was like, I'm just so proud of you. I'm so proud of the way you've dealt with this. You've done what every woman should do and stick up for yourself. Because her and her boyfriend had just broken up and I was obviously very devastated about it. And then Scarlett and I were in the bathroom alone, I think. See, this is a really difficult story time to tell because to be honest I literally can't remember any of it. So then Scarlett and I were in the bathroom alone. One thing led to another and I projectile vomited in the bath and then made my way back into this boy's bedroom, and someone came in and they were like, Flossie, you've just been sick in the bath. And apparently I was like, no I haven't. Oh, I don't know who did that. It wasn't me. I haven't been sick in the bath. I genuinely remember though, like I couldn't even recall being sick in the bath even though it happened like 30 seconds previously. I stumble back into the bath and apparently start trying to push my own, oh god, this is just so embarrassing. Start trying to push my own vomit down a plug hole with my fingers. God. And another boy's like, no, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. And bless him, he like kind of helped me out and like showered it down, and it just went downhill from there. I can't really tell you what happened because I don't really remember. I basically just kept falling over, like flopping around. One thing I do remember was every time I stood up in the bathroom, I would just fall and like face plant the bath. I had some pretty hefty bruises the next day. I remember standing up and literally I was just like, and then Scarlett just like slam dunked my head into the toilet, and as gross as it is, like I was expending alcohol into the toilet, and it was painful, man. Like there was no food even coming up, it was all just booze. This is the part of the story where I tell you that this was not intentional. I have never and will never want to get into that state. Honestly, it was a complete accident. Had I have eaten that day, I would have been absolutely fine. It was not due to the amount of alcohol I drank. I would drink that amount of alcohol on a tummy full of food and be fine. It was because I hadn't eaten, so please don't judge me. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. It is not something I am proud of. I just want to clarify that now before people think I'm like, wow, I got so crunk, because honestly my insides felt like they were rotting for the week after. It just carried on going in a big downward spiral. I was being sick all over the floor, sick all over myself, sick all over my sister's shoes, sick on the jumper that Will had just bought me. I think I was sick in my hair a bit, and yeah, I was feeling great. I was feeling really fresh, never felt better. So my sister comes downstairs and she says to my mum, like, I need to talk to you like privately. And my mum was like, no, it's fine, because you know, obviously the parents are like, just not quite to the level that I was on. And my sister was like, no, like I seriously like need to talk to you. And my mum was like, no, just tell me now, tell me here. And she was around all her friends, and so Anna was just like, Flossie's unconscious on the bathroom floor. My mum was like, right, okay, to Howard please, our daughter is unconscious on the bathroom floor. Mum, my sister, and I think a few other parents, oh God, came upstairs to view the mess that was me unconscious on the bathroom floor. They picked me up and they sat me outside, and apparently I was like, get off me, I just want Anna, I just want Anna. And that was because I was so humiliated and I was so embarrassed of the state that I was in, and that people had seen me in that state. And so they were like, okay, and then just put their arms around me anyway, and I didn't even notice. So they walked me like back home with my arms over their shoulders, and then my mum slept next to me that night just in case I was sick anymore in the night, because as you know, when you go to bed really drunk, it's really dangerous because you can choke on your own sick, especially if you're lying on your back. So if you're ever with someone, or you ever find someone who's like really drunk, make sure they don't go to sleep alone, and always tilt them on their side in case they are sick, because honestly, like, it's actually happened to people I know of, and it's awful, like so awful. My sister, bless her, took all my makeup off and apparently got a lot of abuse from me because she apparently wasn't doing it right. I'm glad to know that no matter how drunk I am, past the point of consciousness, I still insist that my makeup's off before I go to bed. So I woke up and my first thought was, oh my God, I've ruined Christmas, I'm not gonna have any presents, my parents aren't gonna love me anymore, the biggest embarrassment. Everyone I know just saw me like that and my whole reputation is ruined, and I didn't even mean for it to happen. Oh my God. But luckily, my parents were actually so nice to me about it. Obviously, they weren't pleased about it, but they just kind of said, well, everyone goes through it at least once. You've learnt your boundaries now. And I honestly do feel like you need that one really bad alcohol experience for it to put you off ever making that mistake ever again. Every time I go out now, I always make sure I've eaten something, because holy sugar, that next week was hell for my insides. So I woke up and, shock horror, I was still drunk. I still didn't have any food in me, so the alcohol was still very much so in my system, and I just felt awful. I felt like my insides were covered in like a thick layer of like nausea-inducing slime. That next week was just a very long week. My skin, like the skin on my face, was so dry. I looked awful, I sounded awful, I felt, oh my God, I felt awful. I felt like I needed a bloody year-long juice cleanse to just get my body functioning again. Moral of the story, don't drink. just don't do it. It's really not worth it. No, but in all seriousness, if you are gonna drink, make sure you're sensible about it. Don't be like me. Don't forget to eat, because you will honestly ruin your insides. It's actually very embarrassing, and I don't feel like I'll ever get over it. I definitely needed the experience for it to never happen again. Thank you, Jesus. If you did enjoy this story, then please give it a huge thumbs up. And if you would like to see more videos of me, then you can click the subscribe button just down there. I think it's down there or down there. Down there? I don't know. Also click the bell notification little icon thing if you want my subscriptions to come up in your videos. Right, if you want my videos to come up in your subscription box, got there in the end, leave requests and comments in the comment section down below. I also have all my social media handles listed in the description box. I'm most active on my Instagram, and I do look better than this, I promise. Honestly, appearance wise, I've been slacking so freaking much in videos lately, but I wish I could, I just don't. I love you all to the moon and back, and I will see you all very soon, and I will see some of your lovely faces at Summer in the City, because your gal is gonna be there. I'm going with Haz, Byron, Sophie and Jasmine, so if you do see me, please say hello. It would honestly make my life. Anyway, it's got hair on my nose. Anyway, I love you all so much, and I'll see okay, it's back. I will see you all very soon. Bye!